Hi. Are you wondering if you need a love coach? Well, today we're going to talk about 6 signs that you do. You may need one. Plus, I'm going to share a tip I've never talked about before. And I'm going to tell you about the story of Ro, who's a 39-year-old marketing expert who called us to ask if she needed a love coach. Ro had serial relationships with guys that only lasted 3 to 5 months, at which point the guy would disappear. And Ro was just feeling terribly worried about her biological clock. She was 39. She was worried about never having children. Plus, she showed many of the other signs that we're going to be talking about today. But her story turned out fantastically, so stay tuned. I'm Dr. Diana Kirschner, and we're here at Love in 90 Days. I invite you to subscribe to the channel. There's lots of must have love tips here, and click the bell too to be notified when new videos come out. So let's get back to you. Maybe you're wondering if you need a coach. Maybe you're wondering, what is, you know, maybe this is time to really get some help in my love, in my love journey. Maybe things keep going south for you. Somehow or other, your dating life may be slim to none, or you keep getting ghosted on, cheated, or disappointed in the guys you date. Maybe you're in a relationship that seems to be going nowhere fast, or you may have reached your 40s, 50s, or older, and you feel like you're nowhere near where you thought you would be in terms of having a marriage or having children, having a family life. I know it can be really, really hard. But the reality is that with all the apps and sites, the dating sites, finding the one has become extremely complicated, and it can wear you down if you don't know how to approach it. And one possible solution is the love coach. Now, this is an expert who can give you a map to this foreign territory. It's never been more foreign, even with all this COVID going on, although you can succeed in spite of COVID. But a love coach is someone who can believe in you, inspire you, and help you actually know what to do, where to find the great ones, and help your love life actually move to where you want it to be. And you can do it much more rapidly with a love coach than on your own in many cases. So here's the number one sign you may need a love coach. You are sick and tired of being sick and tired about dating. The umpteenth guy just ghosted you. You're feeling like you have to run for the hills. Maybe you're in a relationship with some guy who seems to be married to his video games. Or you just can't get out of the texting zone with this new hottie. Never asks you out, and it's maddening. In any case, if you're sick of this constant round of disappointment after disappointment, and it's really grating on you, and then even worse, it starts wearing down your self-esteem, or you start feeling like there's something wrong with you. You're feeling unwanted, unchosen, somehow disposable, too old, less than. This is an insidious process, It's all not true. I'm telling you, there's a lid for every pot. But this is a huge red flag that you need help in the dating arena pronto from a knowledgeable person who can explain that it is not about you. A wise coach who can show you where the great guys are and how to get them on your dance card. Yes, remember, one takeaway from this video is that it is not about you, believe me. Sign number 2 that you may need a love coach. You can't get over your ex. You are sad and crying all the time over your breakup. You're deep in ruminations, what you shoulda, coulda, woulda said, how it might have helped things if you did this, that, and the other thing in the last interaction with your ex. Constantly checking his Facebook page to see if he's with another woman. You may be binge eating or not eating at all. In short, you're in heartbreak and you feel like life is just not worth living without him, And your friend set you up on a date, but you hate the guy because he's not your ex, And you're in that conundrum, that whirlpool. You alternate between blaming him and blaming yourself about things falling apart, and you just can't stop thinking about him, and you're just miserable. Okay, if this is you, this is a strong grief reaction that needs to be dealt with so you can move forward. You can move forward to a guy who's even better than your ex. It's been done so many times. Yes, he does exist, you know, but this is another big red flag that you need help to get over your ex and move on. This kind of upset and grief, and it's so much suffering. I know, I know, I know. It really is another sign that a knowledgeable expert can come in and help you, shepherd you through the heartbreak, and help you get to the other side of the rainbow. And yes, the rainbow does exist. Yes, yes, yes. Even though I know your situation feels awful and like the worst, but it does exist. Sign number three that you may need a love coach is you feel like quitting dating. You're sick of being hurt. You're sick of being disappointed. You want to say, F it to dating and to men. You've had it. Your heart is closing up shop once and for all. You never want to see a rom com again or go to your best friend's wedding. And love is beginning to seem like it's only for others, not for you. And you're going to become a hermit with your two cats, and that's it. Okay. Well, many, many women have hit this point in their dating histories, you know, many, 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 but they usually find that in their secret heart of hearts, they remain lonely and they do want a relationship. If you find yourself in this position, it's time to get help from someone who can bring life to your heart and fun to your dating life. You know, there are actual uh, there's actually thousands and thousands and thousands of women who have gone through this, especially now, and come out the other side, and they get the kind of assistance they need, and they find great guys, really great guys. Sign number four that you need a love coach. You just got divorced and have no idea how to jump into the sea of digital dating. Well, dating has changed in the last decades enormously, enormously. You have so many apps, so many online sites, and it is scary. It's scary to get out there when there are strangers to meet and to not know how to weed out the baddies or weed out the scam artists or how to find the great one. It's great ones. You know, it's scary to show your droopy thighs and your wrinkles to some unknown guy. Definitely scary to find out whether you're over the hill as you suspect you are, and scary to have to figure out just how to successfully use all these apps and sites. You know, often with people just coming on the scene, it seems like they'll never figure it out. Um, and actually, it has become so complicated that sometimes you cannot figure it out without asking for help from an expert. So if you're in this situation, this is a great time to get some mentoring from a coach who can take you by the hand and help you learn how to meet a wonderful guy, both online and offline. It can still be done offline, even in this COVID age with social distancing. Um, and no, you are not over the hill. In fact, we have had clients in their 60s and 70s who have met really great life partners. And sign number five that you may need a love coach. Your biological click is talking to you. You know, are you 40-ish and wanting to have a child? We know that the biological clock can exert incredible pressure and play havoc with your dating life because you're desperate to meet Mr. Right, so desperate to make things work out with the latest guy, this new guy, this next guy, feeling like you have to accept that you may never have a kid, which is heartbreaking. And yet, deep down, really, really, really wanting one. You know, without a doubt, this is a very challenging time when your biological clock is ticking. So this is truly a time to get direction, to get help, to get support from a wise love coach who can help you get to Mr. Right in a very timely way and help you navigate your new relationship to optimize the chances of getting that commitment and starting your own little family. Number six sign that you need a love coach. You always find yourself disappointed and in exactly the same way as before. For example, maybe you always wind up with alcoholics or guys who cheat on you or men who leave you or won't commit. In my experience, it suggests that you're acting out what we call a deadly or dead end dating pattern. And this is an unconscious pattern where you keep picking men who will let you down the same way you keep enacting a role that causes things to fall apart in your relationships. And chances are, if you don't get on top of this pattern where you shoot yourself in the foot, consciously and unconsciously, you will wind up sad and alone in the future. So if this is you, definitely consider getting yourself a love coach because you are not seeing where you are self-sabotaging. In fact, a wise, caring love coach can help you see clearly and help you get to that lasting, passionate love that you really want. In other words, a great love coach is like a practical fairy godmother who will help you develop self-confidence and your own unique charisma. And I do mean at any age, your own unique charisma. And she will show you how to break the patterns that are keeping you from love and how to create a plan, an active step-by-step plan for meeting terrific guys or moving forward with the one that you really want. So getting back to Ro, who I had mentioned earlier, Ro had all these signs. She so wanted children and was stressed out about her dead-end dating patterns. And she was completely sick of being disappointed by men from the dating sites and apps. And Ro decided to take a stand for herself. She decided to commit. She decided to work with a love coach, one of our love coaches, and she was able to find an amazing man who was ready to jump into commitment with her because she found a guy who was seriously wanting kids, who wanted a family. There are ways to navigate the dating pool and find these great guys. And they had a whirlwind courtship, a spectacular wedding at sunset overlooking the sea. And they're already trying to get pregnant, which is great. So this could happen for you too. This could happen for you too. Believe me, this can happen for you too. I want you to go ahead and get a free session with one of my amazing love coaches by phone, Zoom, or Skype while supplies last. You'll be really thrilled. You can have a free 40-minute session and talk about what's happening for you. And if you have some of these signs, what to do, your next steps, it really would be very, very helpful. I'll put a link down below in the show notes for how to connect to one. If you're seeing this video on my website, just click on the dating coaching tab at the top of the menu. And I want to wish you lots of love. I want to tell you, you absolutely can break through any and all of these issues. You absolutely can. You absolutely can. I want you to love yourself, to give yourself what you need, right? Love yourself, to give yourself what you need, and know that it can be done. You can find soulmate love that meets the calling of your heart.